Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Style by Bernadette, also known as Hoodie or the Hood Oracle, with another video for you guys. This is part of my Know Your Enemy series. A lot of ways we combat the enemy is by, in times of challenge, think like, instead of getting angry, think like they do. That'll help you understand the modus operandi. That'll help you understand their next move without having to pull any cards. Okay, this is not something that is just inherent in people that have the natural gift. Okay, this is something that is directly related to your intuition. Okay, every woman has intuition, whichever side of the board that you're on, whether you're a karmic or a divine feminine, okay, or even somebody that's not on this particular journey, that's a 3D woman dealing with a person that's challenging them, okay? So this is really, it's more so for everybody instead of just a select collective of either karmics or twin flames. It's for everyone that needs to see this, okay? Or hear this, I should say, because you don't see my face. But what I wanted to talk about today is funneling, okay? Funneling, funneling. Now, it's a business term. I've been studying a lot about business, and it's a business term that's basically talks about taking from one source and funneling it into another. It's sort of like, and I hate to use this word, laundering, right? It's like sort of spiritual laundering, right? So you think in these movies that you see, about like mobsters or whatever, that they have this front, business and everything, and it's actually a cover for something else that they're doing behind the scenes. We've all seen those types of movies, and I feel like in the spiritual community, this is very prevalent. Funneling is when you take from one source and you pour it into another. Okay? Now, for instance, how does this happen? What is used? Well, you need to gain clout in order to facilitate this, make this happen. So, how does this happen? You would need trust. How do you build trust? Through word of mouth. How do you get word of mouth? By doing a certain service and then requesting positive feedback. The positive feedback makes the front business look legitimate. Okay? Now I'm really giving you guys some business tea here. So those of you that are thinking of getting into business, congratulations. I support you. Okay? But I just want you to have this in mind before you start so that you have the best possible footing and groundwork before you get into it, okay? With funneling, there's always a front business to fund the other businesses, okay? So how does this work? You channel or funnel the positive feedback from one, because that's the trust builder. It's essential to try to look legitimate. It's essential in your legitimacy, okay? It's akin to a spiritual BBB, like we all look at the BBB, when we're looking for a business, the Better Business Bureau, right? So it's essentially the same thing. The reviews are a BBB. So how does this work? You channel the positive feedback. If you are in a line of work where it's spiritually based, whether good or bad, okay, what you do is you take those positive reviews, put them in a book, and that's who if you're a witch, you work against. Because in order for there to be a consistency of and a constant return, okay, there has to be that initial positive feedback. But in order for them to make any money, if that person has already accomplished the goal, there's no need for that person to come back. And that cash cow is gone then. Okay? So another essential way that this works is that person will take the positive reviews and use it against that person. And this happens a lot on this platform, okay, with a lot of people. I'm not naming anybody in specific. Look, if it triggers you, then you're the person, okay? But basically what happens with the positive feedback, they put that all in a book. All of these books that they talk about, it put all the positive feedbacks in a book. And when that person has to come back for another reading, that's extra money coming in. And they funnel that into the other businesses, okay? Because if the person doesn't have a brick and mortar job, this is the only way that they're making money. And the only way they make money is if you have to keep coming back. But if you already accomplished your goal, there's no need to come back. And so this is where the positive feedback book comes into play. They'll take that and they'll work on the people that left the positive review. They'll work on those people, okay? 9 times out of 10, those people will come back. I don't know what happened. I'm going to need another reading. So then, they see the dollar signs in the eyes. You've all seen the emoji on your phones, the little guy with the dollar signs in the eyes. And it's basically how this gets funneled into other businesses. Now, there's the ones that are online and the ones that are behind the scenes. These things are usually, it's blood money, and it's being used to do magic spells on other people. Whenever you make money to cause other people misery, it's blood money. So you have to be very, very mindful of the fact that a lot of times paying for this, you might be hurting somebody else monetarily. You might be funding this. Okay? Be very, very careful about that. Okay? I'm not trying to get all preachy, but this is why I would rather pray than do anything else. It's the safest bet. Okay? But I understand that these people have to eat. It's like, why can't you get a job at Mickey D's? Why can't you get a job at Burger King? It's like, there's nothing dishonorable about it. But what happens, remember the funneling, guys. It's like, how a funnel, so you don't have everything spilling everywhere and it's very neat and very concentrated. You'll take let's say you want to put vinegar into something, and vinegar stinks, right? You don't want it everywhere. You don't want it falling all over your pants and everything, So you take a funnel, that thing with the narrow, that comes into a very narrow neck, put it into the neck of the bottle that you want to pour it in, and you funnel everything in there, okay? So what have we covered here? We covered the funneling, and it's part of the whole mass deception series that's coming up. So let me know, and my heart's being touched on here, okay? Somebody doesn't like what I'm saying right now. I wouldn't be surprised if I start coughing. But I had to address this. It's actually quite simple, but these people depend on the positive feedback, because the positive feedback is what is being used against these very people leaving the positive feedback, okay? Much like in those mobster movies, you have the cover business and then you have what's going on behind the scenes. Okay? Look, man, if I'm going to expose, it's not just going to be persons. It's going to be, practices too. But, you guys know me. I'm Hoodie. So I've been doing this since 2016. I know how to do this. Amongst other things, I know how to do this. So that being said, sometimes you have to play devil's advocate when you're trying to figure out why some ish has happened. Play devil's advocate and try to think like the enemy. What would be their modus operandi? Okay? And I've talked about that many, many, many times. I mean, check any of my old Anchor podcasts, I kind of put all of those there. I didn't really get rid of any of my old stuff. They're just in a different platform. So if you want to see any of my old stuff, check my Anchor page. But because I don't need to delete anything, when you're tell her the truth, there's no need to delete anything. But anyway, just keep the funneling in mind, okay? Positive reviews build trust. Trust brings your guard down, okay? So keep that in mind. And this is straight across the board. Anybody that's triggered by this, this is for you. I'm not being, specific to anybody. So if it's for you, if you're being triggered by it, then that I'm talking to you directly, okay? But yeah, so that's basically what it's all about. Just be very careful your contribution to this blood money, okay? Just be, because it's karma. You know what I mean? So I'm just looking out for you guys. Be careful when you leave these types of reviews because it's bringing other people's guards down. Okay? Yeah. I couldn't not make this video. It would be kind of that's not something that a person of God does. They don't keep this to themselves. So, people are not going to like it. I understand that. I get it, completely. But I really can wipe it where the sun don't shine because I have a job to do and it's really, I have to answer to God, not to you. Anyway, so that being said, I hope that this kind of illuminates things, puts things in perspective. You don't want to contribute to blood money. You don't want to contribute to a blood operation because this is being used to fund certain spells on people. So that being said, if you want more specifics, you can just reach out to me here. I'll tell you right here up under the comments. I don't care. I don't need to delete anything. I'm here to teach, and a teacher answers questions. So she doesn't run from them or block them or delete them, okay? Or make excuses and deflect. So that being said, guys, I love you very, very much. I will be on here with a nice new tutorial because I'm here to bring beauty in the world. Being a Taurus and everything, we love everything beautiful. So this is no secret. So yeah, that's the next step. The first step was to illuminate. This step now is to just bring beauty into the world, as us Tauruses can. And we love pretty things, right? So just be careful, guys. Don't fund a blood operated operation, okay? It's blood money. All right? So I know that's a heavy statement, but it is what it is, man. So I ain't got no hair on my tongue, as they say, and I spit truth. So not everybody's gonna like it. That's why I'm hated. Oh well. I'd rather be hated for the truth than love for a lie. Real fucking talk. So all right, guys. Love you very much and God bless. Bye, guys.